Hello everyone, and welcome back to the salty sandy shores of Salt Clan, where hopefully today we will actually, I swear, be making progress on the stories of our wonderful kitty drama clan cats. So I don't need all of Star Clan glaring at me like that, but I'm sure that eventually we're going to be able to go ahead and manage to get some of these episodes below 40 minutes. It's just there's so much drama, so much intrigue, so much that is organically created as we dive in and tell the stories, because I have none of this planned, and creating it just as we watch the stories unfold in front of our eyes can be rather addicting. However, I do know many of you are also missing Squirrel Clan as well, and so to try to make an effort to be able to get our Warrior Cat adventures out a little quicker, and potentially, now that I have some secret behind-the-scenes help with my beloved husband Chips looking into the editing with me, we might even be able to get to the point where we can start having more than one kitty cat adventure a day, especially if they're a little shorter, and if they tend to focus on one storyline or one cat for a time, as we mentioned before. And today, the cat that we're going to be focusing on is actually none other than our medicine cat and coral waves, which is a bit of a twist. I didn't really see that coming. But due to the events that have happened over the course of the last moon, as Star Clan gathers around the sands and settles in on top of the dunes, some of them stretching out on some of the driftwood, and others deciding they would prefer to lounge on top of the rocks all around Salt Clan's camp as they watch. Well, things have been kind of interesting for the first moon that the cats have been here, and we're actually down a medicine cat. Yeah, Cave Spec is sick. I'm only laughing because it's like, what the heck? Because that's kind of a big thing to start with right out of the gate. But it looks like, actually, if you glance over to our medicine cat den, Cave Spec is visiting with none other than Coral Waves, who does happen to have a very strong connection to Star Clan. So I'm thinking this might be an interesting pivot, where because she's the one who showed up inside of the medicine cat den, I think she was called by Star Clan with those weird insights that she tends to have. She has no idea what Star Clan is, after all, not being born in the clans and with only Cave Spec there to start teaching her old stories that Cave Spec remembers as a kid of these starry ancestors of theirs. And I think maybe this would be a good thing. Like, I think even though Coral Waves doesn't really know how to be a medicine cat, she would offer to take up the duties so that she could go ahead and like help nurse Cave Spec back to health. And I love that idea a lot. So this might be Star Clan literally guiding Cave or Coral Waves to the medicine cat cave for the hope that one day she will join them in being like a medicine cat and helping out. That's gonna be kind of interesting to watch play out. It's not what I was going to do. But I was gonna have whatever cat was in the medicine den potentially help out with, covering the medicine cat duties. And sure enough, it was the only cat in the whole clan who has a strong connection to Star Clan. Kind of a big coincidence, don't you think? Meanwhile, her sister seems to be pouting down in the warrior's den, waiting for Coral Waves to go ahead and come out so they can go on patrol and get away from all of these fussy kittens. And Dune is having a little bit of a hard time with our little boots, but we'll get to that in a moment. And we do have some casual interactions today to roll for relationships. So we currently have Dunlum Whale, and we have got our boy, we've got Dunlum Whale, and we have actually got Salty hanging out in the leader's den. And I've been thinking about how we do these casual encounters, and we do a minor event, right? So let's go ahead and click on it. And then depending on what it's about, we usually say it's complicated or bad or good. And I've been trying to think, how do we decide which one it is? Because if I'm always the one calling the shots and it's not like blatantly obvious what kind of event it is, it makes me want to always roll for the complicated. To be completely honest, just because like maybe all relationships are complicated, but I think that I might experiment with rolling a dice, getting one of the dice of destiny, and I feel like maybe, okay, if I roll the dice says it would be a good event. So they would actually go ahead. They could gain 5 romance if we wanted, or 5 platonic like. Jealousy, so lose 3 dislike and 4 jealousy. They would get 1 trust and 3 comfort. Maybe from talking about like the group going well together. But if I went with complicated, like a little bit of dislike, a little bit of jealousy, I feel like that's a little bit more organic. So you know what, for the casual encounters, I think we're just going to keep the rule to it's complicated right now, because that makes more sense. Just because you're best friends and have always had each other's back doesn't mean that you're always going to agree about everything, especially when you are the leader and the deputy cat. So that seems fair. That seems fair to me. I mean, even the people who I love the most with all my heart, you still end up accidentally stepping on each other's toes from time to time, you know? So we'll have the casual encounters be complicated. And then if it's really like an obvious event, like in the event area, then maybe we'll make it like a stronger effect. Oh, actually, speaking of that, I guess I should look into the events and we could do that. That's gonna get complicated. Whatever, we're gonna roll with it. So the other relationship we have to roll a little boost for actually happens to be Sea-Wish and Sandpaw, who are indeed hanging out together right now. We'll go ahead and just pick the complicated one. And because that's like a huge age gap, not going to do anything romantic, but they gained like and dislike with each other. What? 5 like, 5 dislike, 3 respect, 4 comfort, no jealousy, and they lost some trust. That is complicated, isn't it? And then let's see what's going on with these guys then. Like what are they actually doing right now? Sandpaw's feeling sassy today. Is that why she ended up going ahead and sassing out? Sea-Wish is feeling sassy today. Okay, I think that those two just got into a little bit of a sass battle. And I kind of low-key love that. And it's made a little bit of a tense, like a tension relationship of liking and disliking at the same time, perhaps mutually respecting that the other is fully capable of flinging that sass right back in their face. Between Sea-Wish and Sandpaw, that's really adorable actually, and very cute. And then let's pop over. We're going to see what the events were, and then we're going to resolve the fact that we have a sick medicine cat. Not good. Salt Clan does not have enough healthy medicine cats. Cats will be sick or hurt for longer and have a higher chance of dying. And that is because Cave Speck didn't look where she was going and tripped over a small trunk, spraining her paw. So, not good. But we will say that that is going to make Coral Waves temporarily help her out. And I wonder if that's going to leave somebody else needing to be the mentor for... Oh, it might leave somebody else needing to be the mentor, even if just temporarily, quote unquote, for her little sister, Dunepaw, because Dunepaw doesn't want to lose to Sandpaw. Like, they're the exact same age. Did Sandpaw get more experience than her? Dunepaw doesn't think so. So I think that Dunepaw might ask another cat to train her for a minute. So we'll look into that too. And then Sea-Wish traveled to Squirrel Clan to resolve some recent border disputes. So friends, you know what that means? We just had 2 elderly cats sitting side by side, reminiscing. Because we absolutely had Tangle Spring from our Squirrel Clan possibly amble on down to where Sea-Wish is, and perhaps those two know each other from just the years gone by, and Tangle Spring will be surprised and happy to learn that, oh, Sea-Wish is safely with the clan now, and no longer living in that abandoned beach hut. So that's my headcanon. You can't take that away from me. Sea-Wish, Tangle Spring, old friends, we'll say. No doubt Sea-Wish would probably bring some of the knickknacks and trinkets that Tangle Spring loved to secretly collect from the Two Legs and put in her little grotto, which is so cute. From the boardwalk area, because Sea-Wish is totally comfortable and really understands a ton of Two Legs speech and behavior. But, you know, she didn't exactly hunt for herself when she lived in that wonderful home with her wonderful Two Legs. Oh, I can't think about it again. It'll make me cry. So I love the idea that Tangle Spring would bring her prey and food if her clan had enough to eat, and offer it to Sea-Wish so that the poor, like, the poor orphaned cat would have something to eat. So yeah, they know each other from way back. Maybe not best friends, but they're at least aware enough to exchange some words now and then. And also, Seawish overexerted herself and is feeling extremely sore. And that's perfect to dovetail with the fact that we had that elder traveling all the way over to the border of Squirrel Clan to talk with Tangle Spring, and then she just really got herself exhausted and tired. And I wonder if she's in the Medicine Cat Den now as a result. Let's go ahead and see. So Medicine Cat Den, just cave speck. Oh no, yeah, minor pain is actually poor Seawish. And then cave speck out of the den. So Cave Spec is like hobbling around right now. Goodness me, we'll have to see what we can. Oh, look, they're both in the Medicine Cat Den now. Oh my gosh. All right, so no ceremonies, no births or deaths. Everything was more or less health related and Squirrel Clan related. So let's check out our relationships. Sandpaw had a fight with Doompaw about what's right. Yes, those two would fight over that. That's exactly why Doompaw is not going to miss out on the ability to go ahead and train this month, that's for sure. Fishbone Fang bickered about something trivial with Dunwhale. You know, it happens among friends. Cave Speck is telling a story to Doompaw. Coral, and that, like all of this checks out. And also I could see Cave Speck trying to share stories of clan life with the other cats. So that's what she's telling to Doompaw. Coral Waves heard an ugly rumor about Doompaw. Oh, her little sister? Maybe it's about the way that Doompaw was picking up, or like had a fight with Sandpaw. Let's see. Doompaw appreciates how Sandpaw always seems to ask how they're doing. What? All right, so, you know, I think Doompaw did grow up around a lot of other cats with her many siblings, and she just doesn't have it in her to be able to go ahead and, like, not have some sort of attention. So now that her sister's distracted with this, like, fussy, like, plant stuff, I think that Doompaw, she just does seem to have a bit of a complicated relationship with the cats about her age. So we'll have to see how that plays out. And then Dog Hugger Saltstar is telling Brinetail about a hunting technique, possibly about chasing dogs, in case, you know, you see any on the border. Ah, maybe that means we'll send Dog Hugger out to the border to patrol today. We'll have to see. Dunwhale sees that Seawish's piece of prey looks tastier and asks if they'd like to swap. Aw, everyone's taking good care of Seawish. Brinetail had a disagreement with Saltstar while on patrol earlier. Okay, I actually think that's probably related to the whole I could teach you how to hunt dogs thing. Or not hunt dogs, but like chase dogs, or maybe try to hunt a shark. I bet Saltstar was trying to propose a fancy way to be able to like hunt a shark, because they got to eat some shark that Coral Waves and Doompaw brought home last time. And he's like, that was delicious, we should get more. And he's coming up with these complicated ideas of what they could do to like try to get in the water and hunt sharks, and Brinetail, being wise, would disagree with him. Seawish is talking to Coral Waves. Aww, Seawish does have quite the crush on Coral Waves. And Bootskit swaps favorite prey with Brinetail. Aww, I'm glad that everybody seems to be getting along a little bit. All right, Seawish, I'm gonna go ahead and take a little peek at you. Yeah, she has a lot of romantic like for Coral Waves. And now Coral Waves does actually platonically love Seawish. And I know that some people would be really upset about like the age difference, but I think Seawish really keeps that to herself. And it's really more of a thing where it's like, you know, if I was a younger cat, and she's getting older, so she just has time to go ahead and kind of contemplate what life could have been like quite often as she basks in the sand and occasionally wakes up and forgets herself, looking out on the ocean horizon, thinking for just a moment that the sail that she saw could be... No, I can't go on. I'm gonna make myself cry. All right, how are the cats doing today? And, so Salty is hoping that they're leading their clan well. So maybe we will send him out on like a hunting maybe a hunting mission with Brinetail and Sandpaw, because, Sandpaw being Brinetail's apprentice, because he is worried that he's not taking good care of the clan, and maybe that's where they could have had their disagreement. And then Dunlum Whale is looking around the camp, probably trying... Oh wait, Sandpaw is Dunlum Whale. Never mind. Sandpaw is Dunlum Whale's apprentice. I could see Dunlum Whale like trying really hard to figure out what to do, because now their one medicine cat is sick. Cave Speck is interpreting a prophecy. Oh, I wonder if Coral Waves came to her and said, I feel like I was I was told to come and help you. Or just, I really felt like I was drawn for some reason. My paws led me to where Cave Spec was probably yowling on the sand because she sprained her paw. And Coral Waves was the one who found her and guided her back. And Coral Waves is feeling like, oh, you know, that's just the way things go. Funny that, I'm like, wow, it's really lucky. And I think Cave Spec is beginning to kind of feel an itch where she's like, wait a second. Oh no, I can't tell. Is this indigestion or is StarClan sending me a message? So I think that's what she's going to interpret from that. Seawish feeling sassy. Sass bucket. Brine-tail basking in the sun. Coral Waves, a considerable amount of time grooming. Wait a second. Brine-tail, apprentice Sandpaw. Dunlin former apprentice Sandpaw. Oh, for crying out loud. That's because I was playing with the freaking like mediator roles earlier, isn't it? Okay, we're gonna have to go ahead, and it's gonna be a little bit of a headache, but I will fix that. I promise. But he should have his apprentice Sandpaw. We'll fix that, and I'll make it so Sandpaw doesn't think that Dunlin Whale was her mentor. We'll get there. Anyway, let's see. Coral Waves is spending a considerable amount of time grooming. So, and she's very thoughtful. And I think she is just gonna help out in the medicine cat den today. Fishbone Fang is determined to protect their loved ones, now more so than ever. Oh my gosh. I wonder, is he thinking about love? I think that hearing any cat say the L word just made Cave Spec's ears go straight up and curve like a little radar system. And we might go ahead and have Fishbone and Fang and maybe a random cat go ahead and be mediated with today. Sandpaw, still feeling sassy. Doompaw, craving the taste of mouse. Bootskit is feeling content. That's adorable. All right, well, let me go ahead and tidy a few of these things up. For crying out loud, Sandpaw, you're supposed to go ahead. Like, you are a warrior cat apprentice. I need to figure out, like, I can't remember. Change mentor. Sandpaw, your mentor is supposed to be, there we go, Dunlin Whale. Let's stick to that, okay? It's probably going to change again in just a second. But all right, so let's go ahead and figure out what we're going to do. First off, starting with the fact that we need another medicine cat for the day. So Coral Waves, we're going to change her role to medicine cat. And she's going to go out on a patrol. And I feel like she might drag her sister along. And don't worry, I'll fix the whole who's my mentor thing. I actually kind of like the cats having multiple mentors in just the way I see the Warrior Cats world. Makes sense. I feel like it would make you more well-rounded if you had multiple teachers. That being said, I know that there's coding so that, you know, mentors and apprentices don't end up in romantic relationships down the line. So I'll do my best to fix that. Don't worry. It'll be okay. But I don't think Doompaw, yeah, I think she'd actually reject going with her sister because she wouldn't want to go out to find some stinky herbs. So I wonder, is there a cat who might go with her? Dunlin Whale. So Dunlin Whale, you know what, as the deputy, seeing how things are going in the clan since he was looking around the camp and having talked with Salty this morning, I could see how he would actually go ahead and go on the mission and bring Sandpaw, his apprentice, to go gather some herbs so that they can try to take care of the obvious problems in camp, which are that we have a sprained paw and with Cave Spec, and that we happen to have a very exhausted elder with us. With the snows of Leaf Bear nearly vanished as New Leaf wins its place in the seasonal cycle, Coral Waves heads out to gather daisy leaves. They assemble a little group of warriors to help them carry the herbs. Daisies may seem like a part of the everyday carpet of greenery, present everywhere from rock to fields to at the foot of trees, but that doesn't make their leaves any less useful. With a larger patrol, the cats bring back a good haul, and Coral Waves make sure to thank everyone for their assistance. Okay, that's adorable. That's absolutely adorable because I love the idea that Coral Waves actually was able to go ahead and she was able to get just these prompts, that weird just sense in her chest that kind of guides her from place to place, you know? Meanwhile, Dog Hugger Saltstar, we're absolutely going to send him out. Doompaw, I think even though she doesn't like Dog Hugger, she's going to chase after him because she is not going to get caught doing some sort of like dumb plant collecting. And then Brine Tail, we're going to send out with with Doghugger because they're going to be disagreeing about, I think it was hunting techniques. But then again, Salty is always doing random things. It was probably hunting by accident. So we're just going to send him on a random patrol. While on patrol, Doompaw sorry I keep calling her Dunpaw. Doompaw notices some suspicious paw prints in the wet sand on the beach. Well, she's very sneaky, and unfortunately, we are always going to pick the more adventurous option with Salty. And we do have our wise, brine tail. Hopefully he can keep things from exploding. Boldly, Doghugger Saltstar follows the paw prints to a trespassing rogue and confronts them. Fur puffed up and scowling, the patrol demands the rogue leave Salt Clan territory. Intimidated by the confidence in the number of cats, the rogue gives in and leaves without a fight. Is there a new rogue? I was hoping maybe a rogue will show up, but maybe that also, I actually think that may have made our young Doompaw kind of look up to Salty even more, just because she likes seeing the things, cats who kind of have positions of respect, I think she'd be envious of, so we'll have to see. And poor Fishbone Fang, I feel like he just kind of got left with whatever sort of in the middle by himself. Fishbone Fang heads out along the coast alone, wanting to explore and have some time to themselves. He gets lost in the territory, somehow. That's so cute! Oh, Fishbone Fang, you adorable little one. Alright, well, when we come back to the camp now, instead of going to the next event, we're going to do our quick mediating. So let's actually have Doghugger Salty. I'm going to risk it again. I'm going to switch him to mediator just for a moment. We're going to have him go ahead and possibly ask Dunlin Whale how the other cats of the clan are doing. So he's going to ask, oh, hey, maybe he's going to ask Dunlin Whale, so what do you think of Sandpaw? Again, since they are in that's an apprentice, we're not going to do romance, but we will mediate. Aw, there we go. And so I like that. That's what you're supposed to do as a leader, is bring your clan a little closer together. All right, so, and if that gets too overpowered because it turns out the cats will really like each other fast, then we'll fix it. But Dunlin Whale, meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and have him go and mediate really quickly. And I think he would be talking with Doghugger Saltstar about, Cave Speck, how Cave Speck happens to have sprained her paw. And let's see, I'm going to roll a dice. Okay, the dice actually landed on the lowest amount, which means yes, this is going to allow for romance. And so Salty is going to hear about how Cave Speck did manage to sprain her paw and maybe be a little bit more concerned about her than he realized he would be, which made Cave Speck actually like and respect him a bit more than she thought she would. So that's kind of adorable. However, that is not the only mediating we can do today. I really like using the random button for mediating. It's quite fun. We also have Cave Speck herself, and that's going to be interesting. So what is she going to try to pair up today? I feel like she heard the L word from Fishbone Fang, remember? So, oh my gosh. So, she can't work this moon. Oh, look at that. Her attempts are thwarted because every time she probably is trying to start going, so what do you think of Fishbone Fang? I like to Coral Waves as she's taking care of her. I think she's like, oh, my paw. And she just can't focus long enough. That's hilarious. And since Coral Waves is actually spending time as a medicine cat this moon, we're going to go ahead and we are going to allow her to actually turn that question around on Cave Speck. And we did see Dunlin Whale in here earlier. If I hit random, okay, I'm gonna hit random and see. Sea Wish. As an elder, Coral Waves. Let me roll. I don't think. Okay, that was completely the opposite of romance. Nope, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna have Coral Waves just innocently ask about Dunlin Whale, and Cave Speck, being kind of frustrated that she can't stick her nose into Fishbone Fang's gossip, might get just a little bit. Oh yeah, that's a tiny bit of romantic like. I think that's the smallest romantic like I've actually seen from the mediators. So I like that. I just wanted to see a little glimmer before we went ahead. Oh yeah, and Sea Wish, feeling sassy. Sampaw. She was actually interacting a lot with Sampaw and Cave Spec. I have a feeling maybe she was trying to ask Sampaw to help out with Cave Spec, but they ended up getting into a sass fight instead. So we'll mediate. There we go. That's nice. There's a lot of mediators. Again, I know that's going to make the relationship seem really happy and friendly. But I'm just going to see how that goes, because otherwise I felt like our cats were passing entire years without really growing closer together. Oh, look at Boots is playing with Salty again. That's so cute. But all right. Now that that has been completed, let's go ahead and finish off once again with the events that we will be working on. Actually, hold up. Oh my. Yes, okay, we'll click the button. We'll click the button. I will leave that plan for later. You heard nothing, friends. You heard nothing. All right. So, hopefully, with the help of Coral Waves at the Medicine Cat Den, we'll be able to make a full recovery. But let's go ahead and see what happens. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, we're going to be working a lot with other clans, a lot of illnesses, quite a few relationships, and even more drama next time. So if you guys could, do please leave a like for our salty seafaring cats, and I will see you guys then. Bye-bye!